So part two. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Generational curses. And you might say, well, what is that? Why is that? And again, this is not a put down to anyone. This is just what I believe. So if you want to come at me sideways, that might be a fun way for me to vent my frustration today, huh? Yeah. Things like good morning is MOURNING. No, it's not. If you want to think of it that way, you think of it that way. And that's why I have been sharing my thoughts more on these types of things. To me, it's more things, good more things. I don't have no generational curses. I have whatever my spiritual contract was between me and God before I had skin. So I'm not mourning. I'm not sad. It's not bad. I don't have, I don't believe in the word. Okay, I know it existed. Okay, so don't come after me about that. I realize to you in your world, in your timing, don't say, oh, I want to have a picnic. Because, that means pick a, and I'm not the N word and you're not the N word. Okay? It doesn't mean that to me. It means food, grass, picnic blanket, blah, 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 blah. So I love that they share and give people things to think about that don't know about those things. Generational curses. I don't know. That's the only example I could think of right now is, it was okay for Uncle so-and-so to, the third cousin on the left side behind the tree around the bend, but they're still related. You're still cousins, even if you're fifth cousins, whatever. You're still cousins. You don't go around saying your cousin or brother or sister or whatever. And this is what a lot of people mean. I can't speak for everybody, but from the people I hear and watch their videos, that's what they mean. I'm not going to do those bad things that great grandma did to grandma and grandma did to mom and mom did to me. I'm breaking generational curses. No, I have a spiritual contract between me and God to experience whatever it is I agreed to experience in order for me to learn and grow. The ultimate lesson, and to me, all ultimate lessons are love. And you say, Natasha, how can you say that about it? Well, I didn't have a life different than you. I've been essayed by two men. I can't hold that grudge forever and ever and ever and ever, because if for no other reason, I'm afraid when I go to the other side, mama gonna look at me and say, what did you do? Oh, so because they're stupid, you're gonna be stupid and not try to do better and let it go? I understand. I have been graped myself. Okay, so don't even go there with me. This is my experience. I don't want to be like my sisters that have millions of diseases. One sister had vaginal cancer, shingles, the scratchy disease where you get patches on your skin. Damn, I can't think of it again. Hold on. Fibromyalgia. Now, to me, that's deeper shit than where I was in my stage of diabetes, arthritis, back pain. To me, that's like huge. The other sister, 3 heart attacks. 3 bypass things, heart attack. Sure, she makes, $6 million a month, but that doesn't make you a good person. Hating your mother your whole entire life because she put you out when you were 16 and pregnant. That doesn't make sense to me. However, you do what you want to do, boo-boo. You do what you want. And now that you're dependent on others, can't do what you want no more, huh? I believe everything is tied together. All energies are tied together. So if I sit around hating him then I'm going to get that back. My life is going to be miserable, full of disease, unease, not resting, not getting good sleep, whatever, something. And that's why I believe my life is as good as it is. Other than those 2 things, let me check myself before I wreck myself. Other than those two things, that's the only bad things that happened to me in life, in my whole 63 years. Now, if I were dumb enough to compare my life to yours or somebody else's, that would be insane that I have such a good life. And I have a good life because of y'all. Anyway, ancestor breaking generational curses. You could just say, like my sister, I'm not going to spank my kid because my mom spanked me. Okay, that's it. What was my other example? Damn. You know, you say you have, that's not a good example. Okay, I'm gonna. So tomorrow and tomorrow comes, you didn't do it. I'm gonna. To me, that's like breaking generational curses. It's just a deed. Stop doing that one to do that one. I'm gonna start eating better. I gave myself a long talk yesterday. And there are certain things that, as of yesterday, I'm just not doing anymore. To myself, okay? And I understand a lot of people might say things because they heard some famous person say it. That person said, oh, I want to say that too. Okay, well, whatever, that's none of my business. However, I'm here to remind myself that thoughts are things, words are things. They come to fruition no matter what you believe. You know, the people say, oh, I was just thinking of you and you called. What do you think that is? Think about that. So my goals to myself, you're just ear hustling, mind you. I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking to myself out loud, reminding myself that I am going to be a better Tasha today than yesterday. I am open-minded to everything and all things on this planet, some that aren't on this planet. I love and accept you just as you are. I'm not proselytizing to anyone. I'm just talking to my daughter who's right here, Amani. You know, if she were alive, she'd be about 35, I think. And I'm just talking to Amani. That's why I named this Letters to Amani. You know, it's not to offend anyone. Come on now. If you haven't seen any of my videos, just trust and believe. I don't have any reason to shame, put down, whatever the word is nowadays for that. There are so many new words nowadays. Now I see how my grandma felt. And you know, really, Amani, everything is love. I choose to not beat myself up by reminding myself every time this thing happens. Oh yeah, yeah. So I chose to get lots of therapy, not by just one therapist, by tons of different therapists. Because what do I look like just listening to your words for 5 years? No, I don't think that's growth, personally. Absorb that. Listen to John Gray, Iyanla Vanzant, blah, 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 blah. You know, Dr. Phil, what was the other one that was on the Oprah show? Every day, a different person had a chance to talk the whole show. Anyway, I feel if I continue, and yes, I know it is difficult, but what's going to be more difficult, that I hold all that anger, frustration, blah, 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 blah. So my spirit self says, if you hang on to that, where's it going to go? In your body. Thus, I don't know, cancer, whatever. I don't know. But Amani, I don't want to take that chance on you getting cancer, fibromyalgia, shingles, blah, 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 blah. So how about if we find a way somehow to put that in a box and don't keep it inside, keep it over there on the shelf. You know it exists, but you still don't have to be a part of it. Like anything I'm saying, you don't have to be a part of it. It's just food for thought. Letters to Amani is food for thought. And I'm so glad I did. I'm not a bitter, angry, hateful for him or him person anymore. I was.